My name is Will Hummel. I'm 18 years old and I'm originally from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, but I go to school at the University of Pittsburgh where I play baseball and I'm a business student. I really enjoy being active. I like to get outdoors. I bike a lot, hang out with friends, hike, and occasionally play video games. My day-to-day experience with HCU before college, it got very normal over time. Obviously, when I was younger, it was kind of difficult to explain to some of the other kids, why I wasn't eating certain foods. But as I grew up and I was just around the same people, everyone kind of knew what the deal was, and I didn't have to explain it as much. So, it was just, normal. Got used to my diet, obviously. Been dealing with it since I was born, so all the challenges kind of, not went away, but got a lot easier. But then once I got to college, it was, all new people, all new friends, everything like that. So having to kind of teach everyone again, why I'm not having certain foods, what my condition is, and how it affects my diet, all that kind of stuff. That was all kind of happening again. Like it was a new process once again. So after like a year or so, it's pretty normal now though. I have my close group of friends who all know what the deal is. So kind of back to normal life, back to just a routine. Yeah, whenever I was looking at colleges, definitely one of the big things for me was talking to either like a nutritionist at the school or just like the food services people, and making sure that there was options available in either the dining halls or just around campus, different restaurants or food spots that I could eat at, as well as having some foods available that I could bring and prepare at school. So I was very fortunate. My freshman year, we stayed in apartments for the freshman athletes. So I had a kitchen available to me so I could cook meals, but also at Pitt, we had 2 dining halls and one of them has a lot of vegetarian and vegan options available. So that was huge, and I would always be in there. I had the unlimited meal plan, so I would always be in there, 3, 4, 5 times a day, just getting, in and out, getting a lot of, vegetarian options, so it was good. I would just say definitely look into what the food options are available. That will definitely help me out and made me a lot more comfortable when I was transitioning into college. Just knowing that there was food available to me and I wasn't gonna, be floundering around trying to find something to eat. So that was very big, but other than that, I was very happy with how my experience went and how it's going, and excited for the next couple of years. So I've been playing baseball since I was probably 7 years old. But before that, I was always a soccer player. I started playing, I think, when I was 4 or so. So always played soccer, picked up baseball, picked up basketball. So I was always an active kid. And then over time, I just got significantly better at baseball than all the other sports. So just kind of went with that, and I fell in love with the sport. As I got older, I started working a lot more towards pitching. So I was always outfielder slash pitcher, and then I kind of transitioned into pitcher only. So right now I'm a right-handed pitcher at the University of Pittsburgh, and it's been a blessing being able to continue playing through college, and have the opportunity to just continue doing what I love, and the grind of practice, lift, throwing, all that stuff. It's been great, and I love the routine, and it helps me stay sharp both with my diet and also just physically. Especially at the Division I level, they go super in depth with medical history and all that stuff, physical health of their athletes before they even recruit people. So one of the first conversations I had with the coaches at Pitt was actually about my HCU, and I was very open with them and honest with how it had affected me. But I really, I told them it affects my diet, yes, and protein intake, of course, but I don't feel like it limits me in my abilities, and especially with like supplemental protein and like the medicine that I take, I feel like I can do all the things that other players do, and training hasn't really been limited for me. So I've been open with all my coaches as well as teammates, even just friends. I was always, if it came up, I wasn't shy to talk about it. The coaches were definitely a little bit nervous, I would say, to take on someone with a condition like mine, with the health risks like bone density, ligaments, all that stuff. They were nervous about it, but they had seen some of my success and knew that I could kind of handle myself and have progressed and have grown, I guess, into a good athlete. So they kind of put it to the side and were willing to take on that I guess risk, but also they were really good at accommodating me and helping me with my diet, training, all that stuff with our nutritionist, and our baseball operations manager. He would really work with me for meals and everything if we ever got meals supplied. So they were good about helping me out through all my challenges.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is kind of an interesting question. So a lot of the times, immediately following a lift, or if we have a long practice day or something like that, I take 3 or 4 coolers, so get the protein in right away to kind of start rebuilding on that muscle. And then our nutritionist suggested a big full meal, so I'd usually go to the dining hall or cook something with like carbs, so like potatoes or form of pasta or rice or something along those lines. But a big thing for me was just getting the protein in right afterwards to just give your body that fuel. Honestly, no, I don't really find myself with less stamina because of the HCU diet. I usually would just kind of like consider myself just a regular kid. Like, I wouldn't really think about how my diet is different and how it might affect me differently. All my friends are on normal diets, obviously, so I just kind of would like be one of them, and like even just like the mindset of, oh, like I'm doing this and they're doing this, like we're the same, like I can do it too. That would help me, and just kind of block all the things that, you know, made me feel different. So no, I don't really think my stamina is affected by the diet. Some advice I would give to aspiring athletes with homocystinuria would just be to train hard and consider yourself normal, because really, if you think about it, you can do everything that other people can do. It's, you know, your diet is affected, but if you believe that you can be a great athlete, I think if putting in the work and all that on top of that, like eating enough, you know, staying hydrated and training hard, I think that you can do anything any normal person can do. It might take a little bit more effort, but you know, in the long run, I think you can definitely be a successful athlete on the homocystinuria diet, on the low protein diet.